One of my favorite topics, follow up. We're talking follow up today, and a specific type of follow up. And I'm actually going to use my handy dandy thing that you guys are now used to, which is my Canvas app, and we're going to talk about what this could mean. Okay, so yes, no's, and maybes. That's usually what we're talking about. Yes, no's, maybes. People get excited about yeses, they get kind of annoyed at no's, and maybes create usually false hope. Here's what I want you to consider. What does it look like when someone tells you no and you can't overcome the objection and you set that next follow up? Okay, there's a couple things that I want to address here. There's follow up and there's appointments. Okay, so usually an agency is going to have some sort of follow up plan. Okay, so that'd be day one, we do a call. Day two, no one said I had good handwriting. We do another call. Day three, probably a call and a text, whatever. That's your follow up plan. Okay, that exists. Here, never stops. No matter what, if we have an appointment set, we're still going to follow the cadence of our follow up plan because if our appointment is out in the future, the only thing that's happening is going to have some sort of possibility that they go somewhere else and they give someone else their money that they were going to give you. That's frustrating, right? So consider that. But let's say I'm talking to so-and-so and today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Actually, let's just do it in the video context. Today's Thursday. I quote someone. For whatever reason, I cannot overcome the objection. They're going to go on the follow-up plan inside the CRM of whatever I have designed, hopefully. If not, they're going to do whatever we have at the agency level from a process perspective. Let's say that they say, hey, man, I want to review this over the weekend, which is a weird response. And usually I say, you want to review insurance over the weekend? That's kind of strange. That doesn't sound fun to me at all. But let's say he gets that through and he says, I want you to call me on Monday. Most people respond with, okay, I'll call you Monday. Monday is 24 hours long. We have no idea when this man is going to be available. So what's going to happen? It's Thursday, right? We're quoting him on Thursday. According to my follow-up plan I just pointed out, I probably have a Friday call. So I need homeboy to know I'm probably going to end up calling you tomorrow because I got to make sure I do my job. And if you are ready to go by then, cool. If you're not, shoot me to voicemail. I'll just leave voicemail reminding you that I'm calling you on Monday. No big deal. We're just telling him we're doing our job. No one's going to press back against doing your job. But if he says, I want you to call me Monday, cool. We say Monday, sounds great. Let me check my calendar real fast because I need to figure out what time I'm going to be able to give you a call. Is there a best time for you? He says, call me Monday at 3 p.m. Sweet. I go, all right, one sec. Let me check my calendar. All right, so let's call this guy. His name is Mark. Mark, I see you have an appointment at 3 right now. Let me move that thing back like 20 minutes. That person won't care, I promise. Because it's only going to take us 20 minutes to finish up your application and get you written and set with this agency. What did I just do? I just gave him a buying trigger, what my planned outcome is for that time. If I want to continue down that path, by the way, all I need you to have prepared is going to be your routing account number or your credit card number or whatever. I'm just pre-framing what's going to happen on Monday. Okay. So he says, cool. Monday at 3 o'clock works. Mark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a text. So you guys have the ability to schedule text. I'm going to schedule you a text around 2:30 that day, just to remind you I'm calling you in 30 minutes. Last thing I want you to do is miss this call because, again, we got 20 minutes to knock this thing out before we move on and take care of the next person. Also, Mark, again, these are levels of commitment that you want to do here. I'm going to send you an Outlook calendar invite to make sure it lands on your phone because if you're anything like me, if it's not on my phone, I'm not going to be there. And the last thing I want you to do is set an appointment and not show up. He says, cool. You're going to send him an email from your Outlook. All of a sudden, now you have a set time. You have a pre-framed outcome. You have a scheduled text. And you have an Outlook calendar invite reminder that's going to his phone. You're going to know if he accepts that calendar invite because you're going to see the receipt when he does. If he doesn't, you can start to question if this is the real thing. What are we doing here? We're trying to get him to do two things, okay? We're trying to agree to the appointment. We're trying to not agree to the appointment. And why is not agreeing to the appointment a valid win here? Because he's probably bullshitting you in the first place. Just a fact. Most people are blowing you off. And you allow them to do so, and it's your fault. So making sure that you have a desired outcome planned, specific to a date and time, with scheduled things of reminders is a whole different level of follow-up than what you're currently doing now, which is I'll call you on Monday and who knows when that's going to be. Because I guarantee you, if you're listening to this right now, you are frustrated with the 17,000 voicemail you need to leave in 17 days because people are blowing you off and not actually giving you a yes or no question. And we're going to get to the yes or no answer. We're going to get to the yes or no answer eventually. But here's the thing. When someone sets an appointment, flip the pressure from you having to try to reach them to them. Commitment belongs to them showing up for the appointment. Make sure you get there. Create the feeling of responsibility for them to come. Ask them, is there any reason you will not be able to come to this call with me on Monday? No, everything looks good. Amazing. I just wanted to make sure. Do you have any other questions? No. One last time. Is there any way I can earn your business on this call today? Nope. Cool. Off. We're moving on. So here's what I want you to map out your current reality. So this is what you're going to do in your form. Okay. And if you don't do it, it's going to be obvious you didn't listen. Your current reality. What does it look like right now when someone says, call me on Monday? What do? Do you say, okay? Do you schedule time? And then possibility. What level are you going to commit to? Okay. So level 1 would be a time. Level 2 would be a time plus stated outcome. Level 3, all the above plus a scheduled text. And level 4, all the way through, all the above plus Outlook appointment. So in your form, you're saying, this is what my current reality is. This is what happens if someone says, call me on Monday. This is what I'm going to change today. And I'm going to track the results to see if this connection rate is any better than it has been in the past. Because if it's not, then it's not working. And we need to change it. And we need to get more details and figure out what that looks like. But if it is, you just unlocked another level of follow-up that you can do and actually unlock some really cool shit. Week 2 is done. So you've gotten through all of these things. You know what the drill is here on Friday. So you have a Discover Stack homework assignment to get done today. Okay, inside of your declaration, if you want to add something to this and you want to actually declare all of these appointment things and what phases you're going to go through and all of those things, amazing. But you also need to do your Discovery Stack. And if you want to do those declarations inside the Discovery Stack, cool. That's 2 pieces of things you have to focus on. But again, here's what I want to remind you. When you get things like this, it can take your brain and tell a story of this is get taken away from my production time. But I'll have you consider the more you dive deep into yourself to improve yourself, get yourself dialed in, get yourself organized, the more efficient you're going to be inside the agency, the more money you're going to make. So many times we're focused on the outward instead of the inward. The entire frame of the 6 weeks is to focus on the inward so you become more powerful. So when you find more success, you're prepared for it. Most people lose their success because they're not prepared for the levels that they achieve. Well, why do they get it, Justin? They just do. It just happens. But I promise you, if God has not prepared you for what you're about to receive, you're not going to be able to hold on to it. And he knows that. And he's going to put you through something else so then you can receive it again. So why don't we just acknowledge that working on ourselves is imperative to this whole thing? And then we can take it home. So again, Sunday optional. If you didn't do it last week and you want to try it out this week, check out the email. Otherwise, we're back to it on week 3, and we continue down this path of selling with authenticity, understanding that details matter, and we're always going to be here now, right? We're always going to be focused on just being present for the 10 to 15 to 20 minutes that we're working inside these videos, as well as the self-work that we take up and apply throughout the day.